Alright, so this is my Super Friends deck. Let's start out with the lands here. Got the Temple of Abandon, Temple of Prophecy, or Epiphany, sorry, Temple of Silence, and then we got the Temple of Mastery there, and then Temple of Deceit, and Temple of Plenty. Then we've got Windswept Heath, one Forest, Polluted Delta, and a Flooded Strand. And then we've got a Watery Grave and a Mana Confluence. The rest of the fill lands, 2 Scrublands and a Badlands, 2 Plateaus and a Savanna, and a Bayou. And that'll give you your 20 lands. This deck actually only runs 20 lands because there's quite a bit of Mana Excel in the artifacts. There's 4 good Mana Excels. So yeah, that's the lands for the deck. Right there, yeah. Here we have our non-creature spells. We've got Lotus Petal and Soul Ring. I was wondering where my older Lotus Petal was when I was looking through the binder earlier. I saw my Masterpiece one. I forgot it was in this deck. So yeah, Lotus Petal and Soul Ring. Lotus Bloom and Chrome Mox. Wrath of God and End Hostilities. 2 Chain Veils, 2 Oaths of Gideon, and 2 Utter Ends. The Utter Ends used to get rid of whatever's in your way. The Chain Veil, obviously, because it's a Super Friends deck and you're going to be pulling out buttloads of Planeswalkers. So yeah, you know, Chain Veil. And then, yeah, Gideon, because it gives you some little blockers early. And your Mana Excel there should really ramp you up as soon as you drop any one of them. Yeah. And now we're good. Here we have our creatures. 4 Wall of Shadows. As you can see here, damage dealt to Wall of Shadows by creatures it blocks is reduced to 0. Wall of Shadows cannot be the target of spells or effects that can target only walls. Then we've got 4 Fog Banks. So it's basically flying, cannot deal or receive combat damage. 4 Birds of Paradise. And 2 Walls of Vapor. So basically what we're trying to do here is we're going to set up our Walls of Shadows, Fog Banks, birds, you know, all of this stuff gets set up so that we can just block for our Planeswalkers. That's all we want to do with these walls, just stop things from hitting our Planeswalkers. And the birds are just obviously to get things out very quickly. Here we have our walkers that fill out the rest of the Super Friends deck. So let's see what Super Friends I have in here. We got Xenagos the Reveler. Obviously, because of his mana ability, he makes it easy to cast whatever the Planeswalkers fit. We got a Johnny, the Mentor of Heroes. Johnny's great because his +1/+1 counters keep the walls alive. Feralise gives us mana in the form of her creatures, which are also blockers. We've got a Johnny Vengeant. It stops things from attacking and tapping and stuff. Then we've got Vraska. That's, of course, Vraska's like an assassin planeswalker. So Jace, the Architect of Thought. Then we've got Elspeth, Sun's Champion, and Jace, the Mind Sculptor in here. As you can see, this deck is for home fun play. It's just, I love playing it. It's great. We've got a Johnny Steadfast, and we've got Rael Zarek. Yeah, this is really, really good. His -2 is great. Over here, Obby and Garruk, the Apex Predator. Garruk gets rid of other Planeswalkers that are bothering you, and Obnixilis, just big black demons, are just a problem for your opponents. Losing 2 life shouldn't be a problem, as you've got Oaths of Gideon and other things to give you life. And the other 2 Planeswalkers that round it out, Nicole Bolas, Planeswalker, and Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Both of them give you great options as a power Planeswalker. Destroy target non-creature permanent, you know, gain control of target creature, and then that Wheel of Fortune, 7 damage. And, you know, Ugin does pretty much the exact opposite of Bolas. So, yeah, So yeah, that is the Planeswalker deck, or Super Friends, as I play it.